Dear brothers and sisters of planet Earth, I am Lanto. I bring a great golden ray and envelop each one of you in this great bubble of wisdom and prosperity. Wisdom is something you build up. It's the sum of all the learning, all the experience, everything that has brought something new to your life. Wisdom can come in many forms. It can come from deep study, it can come from a conversation, it can come from a book. There are many ways to absorb wisdom. But wisdom, the kind that really makes you grow and evolve, needs to be absorbed in moments of interiorization. It's not just a matter of listening or reading, of rolling your eyes, as you say. Because in a few moments, everything will be forgotten. Hours and hours and hours of reading and nothing absorbed. I'll give you the example of a book, a good story, one that grabs your attention. The kind where you don't want to put the book down to see the next step. You almost start living that story, wanting to find out at any cost what the next scene will be. These stories have power, the power to draw you in, the power to make you immerse yourself in them. And when you've finished reading that book, you'll be able to tell the story, at least the plot of it. Why? Because you stayed there, present, focused. You read carefully. You read every word. And you lived those moments. Was there wisdom in this reading? Of course, there was. You experienced a lot there. You often put yourself in the character's shoes, and almost lived through the moments he or she experienced. And that's how everything is in your life. All those moments when you surrender, when you forget the world outside and simply stay there, immersed, those are moments of wisdom. Because they are stories and experiences and concepts that will be kept, because you were there, present, attentive, waiting for the next step. So I say to you, always try to be immersed. But look for good sources. Don't dive into violent news. Don't dive into gossip. Don't immerse yourself in other people's lives. Immerse yourself in something that actually brings you good times. In something that can bring you good ideas, that can even bring you solutions to your own problems. Don't waste time on futile things. Dive in, literally. And I include in this dive a beautiful swim in the sea, where you can, at that moment, absorb all the energy contained in that environment. Absorb the power of the waves, exchange energy with the elementals of the water, and stay for a few moments, literally, with an empty mind, living in that moment. Just as you can do on Earth. You can just sit and breathe. Feel the air entering your body. Feel the air coming out, paying attention only to the breath. It calms, it clears the mind, it brings answers, it brings connections. You often complain that you can't connect with us, that you can't even connect with your higher self, which is within you. Why is that? Because you don't stop, you sit down and immediately want your higher self to start chattering. It takes preparation. It takes a moment of calm. It takes a moment of deep breathing, to understand everything that is happening. You have to pay attention to the signals from your body. You have to pay attention to the present moment. Don't get caught up in other thoughts. Be there for just one purpose, to talk to your higher self. This is an example, it applies to any connection. Learn to empty your mind. We understand that you have many commitments and many tasks. You don't give yourselves time to rest. When you go to rest, it's only to sleep. And you often don't sleep properly because all of your minds won't stop. So you have to learn to make your mind stop. You have to give commands. You have to show your mind who's in charge. But there's a problem. Because the mind is in charge, how am I going to control the mind? Understand. The mind is a machine that processes everything you're doing all the time. But it takes orders. You decide. You make decisions. You decide when to get up. You decide when to go to bed, when to eat, and what to say. It's a decision made by your conscience. And the mind responds. Then you can command your mind. And start telling it, stay calm. Yes, we have many tasks, but this is a time for calm. Then be careful, because your ego will start screaming, "No, you can't stop. You have too much to do, you're wasting time." This is the ego. Because that's what you've been taught, never to stop. Because if you stop, you're disconnected, you're sloppy, you're one for nothing. So learn that stopping is nothing of the sort. And when the ego starts chattering, tell it to shut up. Yes, you can and should stop. Try to do command exercises. You don't want to start by doing a 1-hour meditation, trying to get your mind to stop. You won't succeed. Everything is exercise. Start with 5 seconds. It doesn't seem like much, but it's not. 5 seconds of empty mind is a huge step forward, and few people manage it quickly. Do the exercise. Set aside time. And during that time, empty your mind. Do the exercise. Set aside time. And during this time, empty your mind. Now pensum em nada. Se ajudar, a senda uma vila à frente e alhi para a chama. But it's not about the candle or the flame, it's just a point of focus. That candle represents nothing. Look at the flame and observe it for 5 seconds. When you realize that during these 5 seconds, you have managed to keep your mind empty, increase it to 10. And go, gradually. There's no time, I'm not here establishing time. This is a fabulous exercise. During this time, keep your breathing calm and quiet. You will see, my brothers and sisters, that you can do it. You just have to believe that you can do it. And you will. Try it, my brothers and sisters. You are all powerful beings. Divine sparks. Why don't you believe in yourselves? I too have been incarnate, I too have had the same doubts. And today, being more evolved, I realize how much time I wasted, believing that I had no power, believing that I couldn't do it. All wrong. Yes, we have power and we can do it. Tentum. Busquem o caminho. And there will come a time when you will be so focused, so concentrated, that you will almost have to be shaken to get back into the world because nothing else will move you from your state, nothing will affect you anymore. Because you will have almost eliminated the outside world. And they will be centered and focused. And ready to make any connection.